Alright, what's up? So, to be honest, I was too lazy to write down a script for this. I just decided to just wing it. So I've been So on my channel, you probably heard it in one of my Minecraft videos. But my computer, I used to have a really horrible computer, and it was a Mac. It was an old Mac. It was super slow. Like I used to think it was cool, like the first time I got it, but as I more and more I got used to it, I kind of realized it sucked. And I've also recently heard that Apple says new Mac or has its Mac prices up to over $1,000. That is way too ridiculous, to be honest. I literally got my computer that would probably normally cost $2,000 for $600. To be honest, it was custom built from one of my brother's friends. When I'm talking about Apple, it's extremely biased when I'm talking about it because my Mac was horrible and it came from Apple, and I'm extremely biased when it comes to them, and I mean biased in a bad way. Like completely hate them. And to be honest, as it grew worse, I kind of started to respect the products. I mean, it was still holding on, but today I'm going to be talking about the journey of my old computer. So when I first got my old computer, we didn't have a computer for a while. I didn't have a computer for a while, and I kind of started wanting a new computer since most of my computers broke, and I think this computer lasted the longest, probably about the 3 to 2 years. Yeah, and so this computer, when I first looked at it, when I saw all the things for it, it looked really cool, and honestly, it kind of blew my mind. And looking back at it, it was extremely small. Like my setup right now, it takes up like half my desk space, but like the MacBook, it at the time, like my desk was like extremely piled up because it used to belong to someone else, and I had to clean that up for the computer. But when I got my MacBook, we didn't really care since it didn't really have a lot of stuff. I even thought the charger was cool because it was magnetically plugged, and looking back at that, it seemed pretty impractical because it could come off very easily. So yeah, it was actually going pretty good, and in the past I used to play Minecraft a lot, and it used to run Minecraft really good. I mean, it ran it extremely good, like at 200 FPS. But I guess the computer like caught a virus or something because it started to run a lot more slower than it used to. Like I was fine with the computer, but my brother was not fine. He was always complaining about it. He always wanted a new computer. Yeah, he was always wanting a new computer. He was like, "God, this can't even run CS:GO." And he was getting banned a lot in CS:GO because with how CS:GO competitive matchmaking works, is that you have to stay in the match for the whole match. If you're not, then you're gonna get banned. And the internet was also bad with it too. It took with CS:GO, like now it takes like an hour and a half to download CS:GO. Before it took like 7 hours, and then it started to decline even more, which kind of annoyed my brother even more. So before, the computer was running pretty slow at first. It took like a minute to open Skype. It was that bad. Like my Mac was that bad, and to be honest, it doesn't seem all that surprising since Skype uses a lot of GPU. Yeah, and it started taking longer to open applications, and my friend, whenever he was in the call with me, he was like, "Okay, so you gotta close and then open up Minecraft again." And he's like, "Hey, what's taking you so long?" And I'm like, "That's just how my computer is. It's just really, really slow." So as my computer started to decline even more, and that's when I started to kind of want a new computer. It was so bad I couldn't even do certain things. Like I couldn't even record gameplay because it was that slow. And it's also why I didn't play CS:GO and why I only played Minecraft, because I was kind of worried that I would get my brother banned, or it was too slow to like. I'm pretty sure my brother said it couldn't even render the crosshair. It was that low of a resolution. It was like, I believe the computer screen was like a 12-inch by 13-inch, or the other way around. It was, and as you can imagine, that's pretty small. Now I'm pretty sure my computer's like a 22-inch or something like that, and it's way much bigger now, and I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, and for some reason I had the idea that my computer was somehow better than my friend's because it couldn't run Minecraft as fast as him. I mean, his computer, I always made fun of his computer, said it was a filing cabinet. And even though I knew my computer was completely horrible too, like he knew I was doing it in fun, and he didn't really get offended by it. But the thing is, it started to even decline even more. And like one time, I went on this camping trip, which I absolutely hate camps. By the way, I'm gonna talk about that in a different video. But it wasn't a camping trip. It was just a traveling trip, and ran by my school. And to be honest, it was pretty fun. But when I came back home, I saw the Mac. He showed me what happened, my brother, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh my god. And at first I blamed him, saying like, hey, did you like close it really hard or something like that? And then it was like the top right part of the screen. It was like it didn't even crack. Like the screen didn't crack from the outside. It was like the LED screen or whatever it's called. It cracked from the inside, and I didn't even know how that was possible. One of the people who was with me said the screen probably dried up, and this also sucked because this was not my computer. It was one of my other brothers, not the brother I'm talking about right now. But he gave it to me, and he uses it for work, and he has a lot of stuff on there, a lot of important stuff on there. And to be honest, I was kind of worried to talk about him like that, and he said, and to be honest, when I talked to him, it was really funny how he said it's like, that computer was done for way too long. It was long overdue. Like he was talking about like its death or something. So this when I started to really hate the computer, because my top right part of the screen was cracked, and I decided, and for a long time I decided, you know what, I'm not going to use this computer. It's cracked. I can't do anything on it. No point in using it. And then I started to get kind of bored. I'm like, you know what, pop it up again. So I popped it up, and it was completely fine. I mean, I didn't need the top right part of the screen, and I think it was like a big part of the screen since it was a 12-inch by 13-inch. And so it honestly kind of sucked. Some stuff I couldn't see, but most of the time it was good. For some reason, one day the computer got so bad that I think the fan broke, or like the fan was getting worse. Like the fan was kind of declining too, and it ended up being that I couldn't use the computer for more than 30 minutes, or it'll just go haywire and it go slow. And I know it was the fan. Like my brother knew it was a fan because it would make this really weird sound, and like it was heating up, and that's when I started to go slow. So what ended up happening was my brother, whenever he had to play, since he had to play CS:GO matches, he had to take an ice pack, wrap it up, and then put it under the computer to keep it cool. And it was so ridiculous. I told all my friends about it, and I still kept teasing my friend about his computer, but then I sort of started to realize, you know what, my computer is actually worse than him now. And I sort of admitted that to him because it started to run even slower, and that's when I really started to want a new computer. And I'm pretty sure that's when I started using it less because I had other stuff to do. I'm really glad at the time that I discovered more shows that I could watch, so I wouldn't have to be bored with YouTube videos, because I have no YouTube videos to watch. Like with me, if I don't have the computer to play on, and I don't have any shows to watch, it pretty much sucks because I have nothing else to do. Like there's not much to do outside. I only have like one person in my house I could play with. That's my brother. So one day I hopped onto my computer and started playing Sky Wars again. And I started playing it again because I actually ditched it for a while. And my brother still kept playing it, but I kind of ditched it for a while. And so I popped it up, started playing Sky Wars. Then I noticed there was a little smudge on my screen, or a little dirt on my screen, and I decided, I have OCD, I'm gonna wipe it off. So I went there to wipe it off. It wouldn't wipe off, so I pressed a little bit harder, and then what ended up happening was, boom, the screen cracked. That was it. The screen cracked. It was done for. The whole screen was cracked. The inside of the screen was cracked. It was done for. It was not usable anymore. The Mac was officially broken. So I showed my brother this, and at first I lied to him because I didn't want him to know about it, but then I told him the truth afterward. I mean, it was pretty sad, but like it went on for a long time, and I really needed a new computer, so I guess that was an excuse. honestly, I didn't have a computer for a while. Then and like when school started up, apparently, my brother said that one of his friends could actually build a computer for me and him, and so he built one up. Built a extremely fast, extremely cheap computer, or at least cheap for a computer. And honestly, it's probably one of the nicest things that was done to me because, but I never had a computer this good. This was probably the only piece of electronic device that was actually good. Honestly, I've been rambling on for too long. It's my this recording like unedited right now. It's 14 minutes. And yeah, that was the story. That was the untold story of the Mac. Okay, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, honestly, I was surprised by how it went because I did not write a script or anything. I just winged it. I just completely winged it. And it honestly kind of helped that I was talking about a story, but to be honest, it went over 3 years. Spent over 3 to 2 years, so yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that story. See you guys next time.